Boys, I saw on, my TikTok feed, I saw someone ask ChatGPT to make a stacked pay-per-view card, and I'm like, you know what? I think I can make a little bit better of a prompt. Plus, I'm going to try to break the record of 2.4 for Khabib versus Conor with this one. So your boy went up to ChatGPT and said, using up-to-date news on the UFC, make me a UFC 317 pay-per-view card that's absolutely stacked and that will generate at least 2 million pay-per-view buys. I want 5 main cards, 4 prelim cards, and 4 early prelim card fights. And we're going to start off with the early prelims, making our way up to the main event, because I'm not going to lie, if this card actually came true, this shit's doing 3-4 million. This is an absolutely stacked pay-per-view, and we're starting off with the early prelim opener of, and ChatGPT said it would be in Madison Square Garden, so of course it's going to be here. But starting off, early prelim opener, Bryce Mitchell taking on Diego Lopes in the featherweight division. I'm also gonna predict who I think would win these fights. And Bryce Mitchell, he is scheduled to fight Gene Silva very, very soon here. But I think I'm gonna go with Diego Lopes. Diego Lopes also scheduled to fight for that belt against Volkanovski. Unfortunately, he's not gonna get it done because my boy Volk is getting that belt back. But for this one, I think a 3-rounder. Featherweight division. I don't know how effective Bryce Mitchell can be against Diego Lopes on the ground. And yeah, two of the better grapplers in this featherweight division. I just think the hands, the speed, the power, all on Diego Lopes' side. I think I'm going second round TKO. Diego Lopes drops Bryce Mitchell and lands some nasty ground and pound. I would go Diego Lopes second round KO. Let's go down to the second fight on this card. Jiri Procházka versus Jon Blachowicz. Now, for some reason, ChatGPT said this would be their second fight. I don't know when they ever fought for the first time, but I'm just saying this is the first one. This would be a crazy fight. Unfortunately, Jan has looked a little bit aged in his fight against Carlos Ulberg, but still, I would love to see this fight. I would have to pick Jiri just because Jan is a little bit too old at this point. He's like nearly, if not over 40 years old, which is crazy. But yeah, I would pick Jiri Procházka to probably. Do I think Jiri has the power to take out Jan Blachowicz? I don't know. I think it'd be a very fun back and forth war. 29-28, Jan Blachowicz winning the last round. That's what I would go with. Let's go down though. The third fight on these prelims card, a heavyweight fight. Sergei Pavlovich taking on Ciryl Gane, two of the scariest strikers in heavyweight right now. Guaranteed someone's getting put to sleep. And my thinking is if Ciryl Gane can get caught by Tai Tuivasa, Sergei can probably do it. But again, Sergei hasn't looked that great recently, but neither has Ciryl Gane. This would be a crazy fight. I don't know who I would pick. Do I think it would end in a knockout? Probably. I would probably pick Ciryl Gane just by being the faster, more elusive guy on the feet. I would go Ciryl Gane early second round KO. And then the main event of these early prelims, another banger. We got Paddy the Baddie Pimblett taking on Dan Hooker. This would be honestly a very realistic test here in the near future, and this would be a banger. I think this ends in Paddy submitting Dan Hooker probably in the first round, very similar to like the Islam Makhachev fight. I could see being very similar to that. People forget that Paddy is honestly a pretty big lightweight guy here, and Dan Hooker, not the biggest guy. He did just cut down to featherweight not too recently, but he is small enough to make featherweight, where Paddy, I don't know if that dude would ever be able to make featherweight. But yeah, Paddy Pimblett, I'm going to go late first round submission. Let's get into these prelims now. Prelims, I don't know why we have this one here. This one honestly makes, these prelims don't make much sense, but fuck it. We have Henry Cejudo taking on Merab Dvalishvili for the belt. I don't know what Henry did to deserve a title fight after, I don't think he's won since he's come back from his retirement. Must have sucked somebody off in the back. But yeah, we're running this rematch. Honestly, a pretty piss poor fight here. It's for the belt, and I don't know why a belt is so low on this card. Spoiler alert, there's no other belts on these prelims cards. But yeah, I'd pick Merab to win, very similar to how he did the first fight, except for this one would be a 5-rounder. I don't think Henry would be able to catch him and knock him down this time, though. But yeah, this one, okay fight. Moving down, Bo Nickal, Robert Whittaker. This is a huge test for Bo Nickal. And I don't think he gets past Robert Whittaker, to be honest. Whittaker's a monster in this division. And yes, he has... It's not like Whittaker's undefeated like Bo Nickal, but he's only lost to the top of this division. He's only lost to champions and future champions. I'm going Robert Whittaker by a second round, head kick KO. I honestly don't think Bo Nickal would have an ounce of success here. Maybe he'd be able to take down Robert Whittaker. Do I think he'd be able to have as much control and pressure like Chimaev did? No. I could see Whittaker bouncing right back up. Maybe first round's a little bit hard, but as he gets deeper into the fight, I don't know if Bo Nickal has the cardio, the stamina to go all 3 rounds with Whittaker. I think Whittaker finds that chin some way, somehow. Second round KO win. Let's go down. Kind of lied when I said there was no belt, because there's a belt on the line here. We got Max Holloway taking on Oliveria, number 2 for the BMF belt. Again, a crazy ass fight, especially on these prelims. And does it make sense scheduling wise for the belts to be in the prelims and for some non-belts to be... There's going to be some non-belts in the main card. So scheduling wise, it doesn't really work. Makes sense. But yeah, this is a fight that I want next in the lightweight division for both of these guys. And to be honest, who would I pick to win? I don't know. I don't know who I would pick. It would either... I don't know if Max is able to get up after being taken down by Oliveira, because Oliveira is a pretty big lightweight. I don't know how the size advantage would work. I would probably pick... I don't know. Max would be able to hurt Charles on the feet, to be honest. I'm going Max Holloway by 3rd round TKO. I just think his pressure, his volume would just break Charles Oliveira. I don't think... But again, I don't know if... I could see Charles submitting Max Holloway too. I'm going Max Holloway defending the BMF belt. I have to. Although logic tells me to pick Oliveira because the BMF is just cursed and never defends the belt. But yeah, he'll probably get knocked out by Charles Oliveira and lose the belt. That typically seems to be what happens to lose the belt. That being said, the main event on these prelims, a real number 1 contender fight. It doesn't really make sense now because we have Leon Edwards. He just lost, and he's going to be taking on the boogeyman, Shavkat Rakhmonov. This fight is a fight that has been rumored to happen for years now, it seems like. And yeah, this would be a crazy fight, even though Shavkat probably doesn't deserve that low of a ranking against Leon Edwards, considering Leon just dropped the ball against Sean Brady. And I think it goes very similar to that Sean Brady fight. I think Shavkat, either submits or ground and pound TKOs Leon Edwards. I don't see Leon having much success here. There was a point in time where I was thinking, Shavkat's head movement isn't that great. Leon Edwards is a sniper on the feet. I don't think that anymore. But let's get into this pay-per-view now. This pay-per-view, a absolute barn burner. And is it the most realistic in the world? No, but I don't care. We got, opening up the main card, Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje. Poirier's retirement fight, the trilogy. Why not? This, again, you want pay-per-view sales. This is a good way to do it. Plus, being the opener of this card, the rest is going to be absolutely stacked. Both these dudes on the tail end of their careers. And if Dustin wins, I could see a double retirement. Who do I pick to win this? I would probably pick Justin Gaethje by knockout again, to be honest. Just because Poirier is a little... He did look a little bit slower in the Makhachev fight than what he previous does. And I think Dustin's done. I do think Gaethje still has some dog in him, still has some fight in him. I'm not saying that Poirier doesn't. I just think Gaethje has a little bit more. Let's keep moving down. The next fight on this absolutely stacked pay-per-view, we got Sean O'Malley taking on Ilia Topuria at featherweight for the featherweight belt. Now, does this make sense? I mean, no, not really. They have Sean O'Malley has created a fake beef between them. Not really beef. But yeah, when Sean O'Malley was champion, he did want to fight Ilia Topuria. Ilia Topuria is vacating the title. And who do I think wins this? Ilia Topuria. I think especially in featherweight, Sean O'Malley moving up, maybe it helps him, but I think Topuria will be too big. He'll have too many things he can go to. He can go to the grappling. He can go to the wrestling. He can still be on the feet. One of the best boxers we have on the feet. Yes, Sean O'Malley is lanky, and we have seen that Ilia Topuria does struggle with the more lengthy, tall fighters. I think as the fight goes on, Sean O'Malley has to be perfect, where Ilia Topuria can take him down. He can go for submission. He can go for ground and pound. He can even fight him on the feet. I think competitive, yes. There's a chance Sean O'Malley can catch him, but I'm going Ilia Topuria, second round, ground and pound TKO. Let's keep moving down to the featured fight of this card. We have at light heavyweight. It kind of glitched out because it has Alex Pereira as champion here. We'll say, fuck it, Alex Pereira is still champion. Why not? We have at light heavyweight, Alex Pereira, the champion, taking on a up-and-coming guy that has never fought at light heavyweight, Khamzat Chimaev. Now, again, who do I think would win here? Even at light heavyweight, I don't know if Pereira can stuff the takedowns of Chimaev. Chimaev, by far, one of the best offensive wrestlers that we have seen in the UFC, bar none. One of the best submission threats we've seen. Just one of the most dangerous first-round fighters. Now, if he can't get Pereira out of there in the first round, then I could see Pereira knocking this guy out. However, from everything I've seen, we've seen Pereira, yes, he did good with Magomed on the ground, stuffing takedowns, but Magomed and Chimaev, two different guys. Do I think Chimaev is strong enough to take down Pereira? That's the issue. I don't know if he is. I think Pereira might get this one done. I'm going Pereira third round KO over Chimaev, a gassed Chimaev. It's either that or first round submission, but I'm trusting in Pereira. Let's get into this co-main event. Co-main event, of course, it has to be Jon Jones taking on Tom Aspinall for the heavyweight title. This alone could headline any pay-per-view and be one of the biggest fights in UFC history. We already know this could be one of the biggest fights ever, one of the biggest selling pay-per-views ever. Who am I going with? Tom Aspinall, second round KO. I might even go first round KO, just being way too fast for Jon. I'm going to go first round KO for Tom Aspinall, being too fast for Jon Jones. If he doesn't get him out of there in the first or second round, it gets into the later rounds, then Tom Aspinall might be in trouble, but I'm going first round KO for Tom Aspinall. Now, the main event, the most unrealistic shit in the world. We have Islam Makhachev defending his belt against the only guy who can sell all these pay-per-views. It has to be Conor McGregor. ChatGPT knows this. He knows that Conor is the biggest name in MMA, and it sells itself pretty much. It's Conor versus Khabib 2, pretty much. Conor versus a Dagestani's all over again. I'm going Islam Makhachev first round. First round, either TKO or submission. I feel like Islam would want to have some ego about him and try to knock out Conor. Fuck it, first round knockout for Islam Makhachev. And yeah, that's ChatGPT's stacked pay-per-view. Let me know in the comments below how many pay-per-view buys you think this is doing, because I think it might be Conor versus Khabib. This is like a 3 million plus, to be honest. But yeah, let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think of this? Should I do more ChatGPT, pay-per-views or MMA questions? If so, let me know in the comments below what I should ask. And yeah, thank you guys for watching to the end of the video, and I will see you guys in my next video.